So we've already talked about what congruent means. When two shapes are exactly the same size and shape, they are congruent. So which one of these is congruent to this smiley face on the far left? Anybody? What's congruent with that?
Number 3.
Three's not the same size, so it's not congruent. Anybody else?
Number 4.
1 and 4.
Good. 1 and 4. So even though they're turned differently, that's fine. They're the same size and the same shape. Okay. All right. Which of the following are congruent here? Anybody?
A, B, E, and G.
Good. Is there anything else, or is that it?
E and H.
H.
Looks like H is longer. What did y'all say? What would go with H?
A, B, E, and G.
Yeah, A, B, E, and G. I agree with that. Somebody said something about H.
F and H.
I think F is bigger than H. I know it's kind of hard to tell on the screen, but I don't think F looks bigger than H. I'm pretty sure it is.
I think that's it.
Yep, I would say so. A, B, E, and G. So those are the 4 that are congruent. Okay. All right. So when we have triangles, one of the ways that you can say they are congruent is if you know all 3 sides are the same. So remember that this means that it's the same as this one. So for instance, if this is 12, this is 12. 2 marks means that it goes with this one. So if this one is 10, then this one is 10. And then 3 marks means that it's the exact same as the other one with 3 marks. So let's say this is 14, then this would have to be 14. Okay. All right. This is called side, 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 or a lot of times we just abbreviate it. We put the acronym SSS. Okay. So if you know that the 3 sides are congruent, you know that the triangles are congruent. All right. So side, side, side. All right. Any questions? All right. Another way that you can tell that triangles are congruent is it's called side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. And we abbreviate that SAS. Okay. The biggest thing that students mess up on this is that the angle has to be in between the 2 sides. And you can see that in the picture, but it has to be that way. So the angle, right here is the angle. Whatever angle they mark, in order for it to be side, angle, side, has to be in between the 2 sides that are marked. Okay, so whatever 2 sides are marked, the angle in between them has to be marked in order for it to be side, angle, side. The angle has to be in between the 2 sides. Questions? Okay. All right, the third way that you can tell triangles are congruent is angle, side, angle. Angle, side, angle. What would be the abbreviation for this one? Anybody?
ASA.
Good, Riley. ASA. All right. Notice again that you have to pay attention to the order. In this case, the side is in between 2 angles. So the side that they marked has to be in between the 2 angles that they mark in order for the answer to be angle, side, angle. So you just follow along, angle, side, angle. Okay. if you're taking notes, I would not write all this. I would draw the picture and I would write the abbreviation. All right, the fourth way that you can say that triangles are congruent is angle, angle, side. And again, the order is important. So first of all, let's talk about the abbreviation. What would be the abbreviation for this one?
AAS.
Good. And you can also do S. Let me get a different color so you can see it. You can also do SAA. It's the same thing. Either answer is correct. But basically, notice the two angles are next to each other. So I have angle. Then if I follow along, I have another angle. And then I have a side. So if I go in order, angle, angle, side. Or you're allowed to start here, side, angle, angle. But you have to follow along the outside of the triangle. All right, so two angles and a side is angle, angle, side. All right, and the last way that you're allowed to prove that triangles are congruent is hypotenuse leg. What's the only type of triangles that have hypotenuses?
Right triangles.
Right triangles. So notice that the things we had so far, side, 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 angle, they all had 3 parts to them. This one still has 3 parts, even though it's just hypotenuse leg. So they just use HL. But it still has 3 parts because you have to have a right angle. So you have to have a right angle. And then remember, the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So the hypotenuse is across from the right angle. So they've marked the hypotenuses are congruent. And then they've marked one of the legs. So you only need one of the legs on this one. So this one's called hypotenuse leg. Any questions?
Is this PowerPoint found on Canvas?
Yes. Should be. If you can't find it, let me know. But I'm 99% sure I posted it.
You did.
Thank you. Okay, trying to get it to go. All right, rules that don't work. Rules that don't work. Angle, angle, angle. All right, that does not prove that the triangles are congruent. So let's say this looks like a right triangle. Let's say this one is 30 and this one is 60 degrees. Well, I could say the same thing over here. I could say that's a right angle. I could say that's a 30-degree angle. And I could say this is a 60-degree angle. So I have angle, angle, angle. All right, all the angles match. Are these two triangles congruent?
No.
No.
No. Why are they not congruent?
They're not the same size.
The lengths are different.
Very good. They're not the same size. Congruent means everything about them is the same as far as measurements go. Okay, they can be turned differently, but the same size. They have to be the same size. So angle, angle, angle does not work. And here's an example why. Okay, angle, angle, angle does not work. All right. Side, side angle does not work. All right, side, side angle. So I'll go ahead and give you how every student remembers this. So side, side angle does not work. All right, this is being recorded, so no one should say the word. But if you read that backwards, you see that it makes a bad word?
Bruh.
So this is not allowed, all right? It's not allowed. I mean, not just because it makes a bad word, like it doesn't work mathematically, but the way students remember it is you should never write a bad word forwards or backwards on your math test, all right? So the bad word doesn't count. Here you have an angle, side, side. So you have an angle and a side, okay? And that does not work, okay? They've given you a picture of two sides that are the same in an angle, and they show you how you can move this side in and it makes a completely different triangle. It just doesn't work because you have a hinge in the wrong spot, okay? All right, so angle, side, 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 side angle, whatever you want to call this one, does not work. It will never be a correct answer. Questions? Okay, so you do need to write this down just to make yourself a short little list, all right? So there are 5 conditions, so you can just number it 1 through 5, for 2 triangles to be congruent. And when you take notes, guys, you can use shortcuts, right? Triangle congruent to another triangle, all right, instead of writing all this. Somebody tell me one way to prove that triangles are congruent that we learned today. What's one way?
Angle, side, angle.
All right, good, Jonathan. Angle, side, angle. Okay, somebody other than Jonathan.
Side, angle, side.
All right, that was Tyler and Ethan. Side, angle, side. All right, somebody else.
Angle, angle, side.
Good, Riley. Angle, angle, side. Somebody else.
Side, side, side.
Good, Jaya. Side, side, side.
Hypotenuse.
And hypotenuse, leg. So, and remember, hypotenuse leg only works in what kind of triangles?
Right triangles.
Good, good, Larry. Okay. Anybody need more time to write? Oops, I did not mean to do that. There. Anybody need more time to write? Okay. All right. So let's look at some practice problems. Okay. Are these congruent, and if so, by what condition? All right. Okay. What am I allowed to always mark? Does anybody know what else I could mark on this triangle that is congruent?
The vertical angles.
Very good. The vertical angles. You're always allowed to mark vertical angles are congruent. Always. You can always mark vertical angles. Okay? All right. Then I want you to cover up one of the triangles. So we're going to cover this one up. We're not even going to look at it. And you need to look and see what we have here. We have an angle, a side, and then a angle. Is angle, side, angle one of our things that work? One of our theorems that works?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So angle, side, angle is the answer. Now we have to name the triangle congruent. So here's what I mean by that. Make sure you write this down, all right? Just to practice at least one of them. So you draw the triangle symbol, and then I'm going to write triangle ABC. Triangle ABC is congruent. This is a symbol for congruent, squiggly and it equals. Then I do another triangle, and here's where you have to be careful. Which angle matches with A in this other triangle? The one that I
Angle
scribbled out
D.
in purple. Good, D. A and D, neither of them have a marking on them. So A and D match up. What matches with B?
E.
E, good. They each have one curve to mark that they are the same. And what goes with C?
C.
C again, okay? So the order is important here. You have to make sure that A matches with the right one, which is D, B matches with E, and then C matches with C, okay? All right, does anybody have a question? We're gonna do some more practice of this. All right. Here's another one. All right, somebody who has not answered today, somebody who's not answered, what do you see on this one?
Angle, angle, angle.
Very good, Abby. Angle, angle, angle. Is that allowed? Anybody?
No.
No, so they are not congruent. Angle, angle, angle is not one of the answer choices that is allowed. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, and so we're not going to write that they are congruent, okay, because they're not. All right. Next one. All right. On this one, you need to pick a spot to start. I'm going to start right here. This is an angle. And you have to go around the outside of the triangle. You can't just jump around like you're on a pogo stick. You got to go around the triangle. So angle, then I get to a side, and then I get to another side. Notice that if you put all those letters together, that is a bad word. And so what's the answer over here? A, B, C, D, E, or F?
F.
F. They are not congruent. Okay. All right. What do these two triangles share?
A side.
Good. They share this side. If they share a side, you're allowed to mark that it's congruent, right? So it's just common sense. The bottom of this triangle is going to be congruent to the top of this triangle because they share it, okay? So you are allowed to mark when they share something. So you're allowed to mark vertical angles, and you're allowed to mark when they share a side. You can mark that it's congruent to itself, okay? All right, so now I have side, 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 which means it's answer choice
A.
A. Good. All right, let's write our triangle. I'm going to say NOP. Nope. Is congruent to. All right, what matches with N?
N.
Yes, I had to double check that in my head. All right, N matches with N. What matches with O?
Q.
Q, very good. And what matches with P?
P.
P, good. Okay. All right, any questions? All right. All right, can anybody tell me something I'm allowed to mark on this one?
The side.
Good, which side?
The ones that they share.
Good, the one in the middle. So you're allowed to mark that because they share that side. So you're allowed to mark it. So I have side, angle, side. So that would be B. All right, so answer choice B, side, angle, side. All right, so let's see. F, G, I, triangle FGI is congruent to triangle. Somebody who has not answered today, so we got several people who haven't answered. What goes with F?
H.
Good, Jimmy. H. All right, what goes with G?
G.
G, and then I is I. I. All right. All right, what about this one? Anybody?
Angle, side.
Good. Angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. Good, TJ. All right. Triangle, let's say bow. Triangle, bow. It's congruent to. All right, what matches with B?
M.
Good. What matches with O?
A.
A.
So bow is congruent to man.
Man. Man.
Men.
Okay. All right, anybody, what is this one?
Hypotenuse.
Good, hypotenuse leg. Remember, hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So we got hypotenuse leg. I'm not gonna write it, but triangle ABC would be congruent to what?
Triangle DEF.
Very good, nice. Okay. All right, this question. Which reason justifies that triangle ADC is congruent to triangle EBC? I'm going to give you this question like probably 10 times over the course of the semester. This exact question. And there will still be people on the 10th time that I ask you to do this who get this wrong, okay? I'm not sure why, but it's just really hard for some people to get this one. I'm gonna do my best to explain it. I don't think it's that hard. Obviously, I'm a math teacher, so I'm a little biased. I get it. But try to commit this one to your memory, okay? What do these arrows mean? Anybody?
A parallel.
Very good, that they are parallel. Does parallel mean that from A to D is the same size as B to E? Is that what parallel means?
No.
Yes.
No. Parallel means they have the same slope. It has nothing to do with their length. So for instance, these two lines I just drew, they are parallel, but they are not congruent. So parallel does not mean that they have a congruent length, okay? So you have to be really careful with that. Parallel does mean that alternate interior angles are congruent. So parallel does mean that your alternate interior angles are congruent. So you can mark that A is the same as E, angle A is the same as angle E, and angle D is the same as angle B. You are allowed to mark alternate interior angles, okay? Anybody know what else I'm allowed to mark on this picture?
Vertical.
Vertical.
Very good, vertical. Hello, doggies. All right, so there's actually two correct answers for this problem. Can anybody give me one? Why is triangle ADC congruent to triangle EBC?
Angle, side angle.
Very good. Angle, side, angle. So that's one correct answer. Angle, side, angle. Okay, what's the other correct answer? Anybody?
Angle, angle, side.
Good. Angle, angle, side. The other answers are not correct. Like side, side, side is not correct. Side, angle, side is not correct, because notice you're only supposed to look at one of the triangles when you're coming up with your answers right here. You're only supposed to look at one of the triangles. If I only look at one of the triangles, how many sides are marked?
One.
One. So you can only have one S in your answer. You can only have one S. Okay. All right, does anybody have a question? All right. Which figure contains two congruent triangles? Let's look at answer choice A. Are those two triangles congruent?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, by what? Which theorem?
Side, side, side.
Good. Side, side, side. All right. Side, side, side. So A works. What about B?
No.
No. So you are allowed to mark this side, but you need to cover up one triangle. So you only have an angle and a side. This is not angle, side, angle, because the angles are in the two different triangles. So only look at one triangle at a time to help you. Okay, so you have angle and a side. That's not enough. You need three things. Here I have side, 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 all in one triangle. Okay, what about C?
No.
No. What am I allowed to mark in C?
The vertical angle.
Okay, I am allowed to mark that. Once again, you only look at one triangle. So once again, you have a side and an angle. You don't have a third piece of information. All right, and the last one, D. I do have a right triangle, but have they marked, and I am allowed to mark this leg right here. Have they marked anything on the hypotenuses? Have they put any markings on it?
No.
No. So they did not mark it. They have to mark it. Okay, so your answer was just A on this one. Okay. All right, I think that's it for the PowerPoint. All right, now we're gonna go to, let's see, where, oh, there it is, okay. Zoom, where are you, Zoom? Oh, stop share. There we go. All right, new share. Okay, you're gonna submit some of your answers in a private chat. So you're gonna do number 1 and send it to me. I'm not sure exactly what E means. I know what it means. It means not enough information. I don't know what NOA stands for. I didn't make this. So you're doing 1 and 2, and 1, the answer E means there's not enough information to answer it. That's what E means on these. So send me your answers in private chat for 1 and 2. Ignore the music notes. If we were at Adkins, we would do something with those, but sadly we're not. Please use the multiple choice and submit both your answers at the same time, please. Use the multiple choice and submit both your answers at the same time. You're doing 1 and 2. So send me a chat again if you did not do that. So send me 1 and 2. Use the multiple choice. You should be doing A, B, C, D, or E. Please send me a new chat with both your answers in the same chat. Send me both your answers to 1 and 2 in the same chat. All right. Few people got them both right. Lots of people missed number 2. Number 1 is C, side, side, side. That one's pretty easy. Pretty much everybody got that one right. Number 2, a lot of people missed. Number 2, you're allowed to mark the side that they share. You're allowed to mark the side that they share. So then if I cover up one triangle, I have angle, side, angle, which is answer A. Okay. All right, let's do 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Send me your answers at the same time for 3 and 4. You're doing 3 and 4. Send me both your answers at the same time. Some of y'all have a really hard time following directions. You're supposed to be sending me both your answers for 3 and 4 in the same chat. And you're supposed to be putting A, B, C, D, or E. A, B, C, D, or E. Okay, so number 3 looks like most people are getting that one right. Side, angle, side, because you can mark that. So you have side, angle, side. Most people got number 3 right. Number 4, you can mark vertical angles. A lot of you chose angle, 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 but that's never an answer for are they congruent. Angle, angle, angle is never an answer. So you want to choose the one that's saying that they are not congruent. You want to choose the answer that they are not congruent. So your answers would be A and E on this one. Okay. Anybody have a question? Okay, let's do 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Good, Jimmy. Good, Riley. Good, Tyler. Good, Rachel. Good, EJ. Good, Morgan. Good, Jonathan. Good, Jaya. Good, Ben. Good, TJ. Good, Anna. Good, Morgan. Good, Abby. Good, Ariana. Good, Isaac. And I are supposed to be sending both answers in the same chat. Okay, number 5 is D, hypotenuse leg. Let's see, some of y'all chose C. Remember, this one is the bad word backwards, so once again, it can never be the answer. Okay, so hypotenuse leg. This one, you're allowed to mark the side, and then you cover up one of the triangles. So you have angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side on that one. A lot of you chose D for this one. The side has to be in between the two angles. So here are the two angles. Did they mark the side in between those two angles? No, so it can't be D. Okay. All right, let's do one more set. Let's do 7 and 8. Send me both your answers at the same time. So wait till you get both of them done to send me your answers. Good, Abby. Good, Elizabeth. Good, Braden Hopkins. Good, Isaac. Good, Riley. Good, Larit. Good, Jacob Powell. Good, Tyler. Good, Anna. Good, Brendan Hooper. Good, Marcus. Good, EJ. Good, Cooper. Good, Morgan. Good, Samuel. Good, Rachel. Good, Jacob K. All right, still several wrong answers on this one. Remember, you can mark that. So you have side, side, side. You have no angles. There's no angles on here. Mark. There's not a single angle. There's no vertical angles. There's no angles that they've marked for you. Side, side, side. Here you can mark that. And if you mark out one of the triangles, all you have is an angle and a side. You only have 2 things. That's not enough. So you have not enough information. So C and E for that one. Okay. All right. Let's see.